Welcome to NRP On Demand. These are the causes of the Spanish-American War. There are 6 causes: humanitarian, domestic, creation of a navy, yellow journalism, the sinking of the USS Maine, and the Delaune letter. The first is that the Spanish were in control of the island of Cuba. They were colonial powers. The Cubans had been trying to liberate themselves for a number of years. The Spanish were treating them very poorly, running them up, throwing them into essentially ghettos, treating them very badly. So the Americans wanted to step in and protect their brothers to the south, only 60 miles off the coast of Florida. So humanitarian reasons. Domestic issues go back to what we talked about in 5.1, and that would be we have a lot of very angry working class young men living in the cities, causing a lot of problems like strikes and such. So the idea was that if we were in a conflict, those young angry male workers would be sent out of the country, and they would be fighting better people than other Americans. This ties right into Alfred Thayer Mahan's book about the need for sea power. The United States built a great big navy called the Great White Fleet, and we decided to really start enforcing the Monroe Doctrine, and the Alfred Thayer Mahan book played right into it. Also tied into this is yellow journalism. Yellow journalism is this term given to newspaper articles or journalists that are trying to exaggerate or even make up stories just in order to sell an additional newspaper or two. By exaggerating stories, by committing hyperbole, by making stuff up, people like William Hearst and Joseph Pulitzer sold a lot of newspapers, but they also got the United States public to believe that we needed to attack Spain. This ties right in with the USS Maine. The Maine was a battleship in the port of Havana, and at the time, we thought that the Spanish made it explode. Turns out later that there was a mistake on board, and the magazines on board exploded because of our own mistake. Whoops. The Delaune letter was a letter written by the Spanish ambassador to back to Spain, and his name was Delaune, obviously. And Delaune basically argued that McKinley was a weakling and wouldn't do anything, and as we know from sort of modern ideas, presidents don't like it when they are called weak, so McKinley had to stand up for himself. So when you combine all this stuff together, you got a big navy, you got journalists riling up the public, you have this Maine explosion, which nobody could really explain at the time, but journalists were blaming it on Spain, and now you have a president that wants to show that he's tough. Well, that leads to a whole new set of problems, and in this case, the Spanish-American War.
Thank you for joining us with this NRP On Demand broadcast. For more information on the National Reconstitution Project, our mission, or the projects, please visit our website listed below.